Okay, camera thoughts for September 27th, 2015. Here is the fence garden in the front yard, and quite frankly, for the most part, I think most of this stuff, the euonymus, is growing. Probably next year I need to trim it back, which will make it fuller. Might want to plant something in front of the clematis. I don't know, never have had anything grow well there. This is growing. The Dusty Miller did pretty well. We could put some more of that in. Oh, look at that little bloom on the lilies, that's good. And this got a grunge on the leaves. I don't know what that that powder mildew is. Never had that before, but it seems to be growing. The lilac bushes have been mostly removed from beyond the fence, so I think that's going to make a difference in the sun. I don't know what's going to happen there. Of course, the sedum is doing beautifully. This hosta's doing fine. Some of the Dusty Millers didn't make it. This one did, but I think there were some over here that didn't. This little fern, I want to pay attention to this because I'd like to get more of it. This has grown some. It's a nice little fern that could be nestled in here, there, and the other place. But it's got these gray stripe, kind of white striped leaves, so that's a really nice plant. Empty space, lilies. This coleus worked, but very few of them did. I just have to remember, if I'm getting coleus, to get that pretty red with the lime green on it. This hosta definitely could be divided up. These lilies are doing fine. For the most part, the hydrangea's done well. It's gotten very big this year, which is good. Not a lot of flowers, but the trick is to not cut back the stalks. I've learned that. Got that grunge on the lilies of the valley. Don't know, every year this happens. I don't know what it is. Okay, empty space. These are doing fine. The pine tree hopefully will be trimmed back in the next couple of weeks. So that's also going to make a difference in the amount of sunlight that this garden gets. This little magnolia that kind of survives every year might be a great donation to next door. I think it does not get a lot of light. Now maybe with the pine tree being trimmed it'll get more light, so I don't know, I might keep it. I got rid of some of these lilies of the valley, but these of course will spread. This spirea is growing some. I would kind of like a bigger one here. I think it would look better. And if I put this spirea over here where the little Henry Itea is, which could be moved, it's never grown particularly, it hasn't died, but it hasn't grown. And maybe if I put that spirea over here where the little Henry is, and either give the little Henry to next door or put it somewhere else, that's a thought. I think for one more year anyway, this hosta looks fine. It's nice and big. Over on this side, the impatiens by this time of the year look pretty scraggly and ugly. They were beautiful for a lot of the summer, but they're pretty scraggly now, and the coral bells kind of got dwarfed by them. That little holly is growing. I think maybe it could be cut back, and maybe, I don't know, possibly if I get that little spirea, which is the same as that little bright green spirea, and put some over here, it would be on either side of the step. It's something to consider. I don't know. I don't want to mess with that holly because the other holly is there and it is actually growing and looking beautiful. This big spirea, that's what I was thinking it would be good to put over next to the corner of the house, is that larger spirea. Replace the small one with the big one. That would mean getting a new one. Because that seems to go very well here. And the two of them together look good. The two fall spirea look great in the spring and into June. They're fine. Something with a little bit more color here might be good. Of course, the impatiens look good. The lilies they are beautiful when they bloom. Now, here's the thing. These begonias do really well. And it's almost, I could consider putting begonias in next to the step also, because as a border, I don't know, it's a consideration. This plant, I don't know really what it is, but it does pretty well in the spring and the summer, early summer. We need, I guess the border flowers are good. Anyway, hi Dudley. Okay, so over here on the driveway garden, of course the sedum is doing great. That does well here. I planted new Dusty Miller this year, and that does do well. Interesting enough, the begonias did not do that well. There's a little bit of pinks coming through. The coral bells are doing fine. The border of marigolds, which is a really good idea because of the bugs. Some make it, some don't. The rabbits get to it, and I probably need to put some of that stuff down to repel the rabbits. But right underneath the burning bush, the marigolds don't do so well. They don't get enough light. But again, I don't know if when those trees get trimmed in the next couple of weeks, so we might get more light on this garden. It's gotten kind of dark. And this maple is going to be trimmed back also. So maybe next year will be different. Again, the Dusty Miller did okay. The Coreopsis, I don't know what happened to this. It looks like it died, and I have yet to ever have a Coreopsis die. But it might have happened this year. There's some strange disease that's hitting my yard. Anyway, and the same thing for this one that I can never remember the name of it. It's the same as the fence garden, that grows big white flowers. It's been doing great in the past years, but I don't know if it's going to come back next year or not. And of course the sedum is beautiful. I love it.